All right, welcome back. It's Hunter, aka Reaper the Young Elder. We get straight down to business. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the plait method, aka the braid. All right, so I'm so excited for this video. Like, I promised I would put you guys on sauce. All right, and this is one of those methods. All right, this is something I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. So by the end of this video, you guys are going to understand what it is, all right, how to use it, when to use it. You know, you guys are going to understand its origins, right? And I'm really just going to break it down fully for you guys. All right, I always encourage people to do their own research, okay? But I'm just putting you guys on, and then you guys pull from whatever I put out there. And yeah, that's how it goes, all right? So again, this is so powerful. Like, I'm excited, all right? But look, before we even get into anything, as you guys know, we do cooking stuff on this channel, but we also make content that transcends the kitchen. So real quick, since it's a food for thought video, I had to introduce a food that you guys have probably never heard of. All right, this is goat kefir. Now, if you want to repopulate your gut microbiome, all right, you want healthy gut microbes, right? Healthy skin, healthy nails, right? You want to feel good. This is a great food to consume, all right? Goat kefir was popularized in Western and Eastern Europe, and I highly recommend it, all right? Goat kefir. So let's get right into this. So yes, the plait, right? So Plait, like I said, and it's also known as the braid. Okay, and I'm going to get into why in just a second, okay? So this technique, right, or this method of amplifying your intention, right, to help create your reality, was made popular again by the work of Vadim Zeland. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't think I am. I'm just being honest. But he wrote the popular book, Reality Transurfing. All right, if you haven't read that book, very good. I highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough, to be honest. Like, the people closest to me, like my inner circle, they get all the knowledge first, right? And I've already told them, like, if you aren't reading this book, what are you doing? All right, that's pretty much like the Bible of manifestation and prayer and understanding how you navigate your reality and how you, quote, create your experience. All right, because we're really selecting our experience, right? It's pretty much like going shopping in the universe, and you're pretty much just picking your experience for yourself. All right, so pretty much this work also crosses over with Carlos Castaneda. Okay, he was a Peruvian American writer and anthropologist. Okay, he worked with Don Juan, who was a shaman in the Toltec tribe. Okay, so if you guys know, okay, the Toltec lineage, their wisdom is out of this world. Okay, it's very it was ahead of its time, okay? Probably, like, here's the thing, right? Like, little side note, our civilization is way less advanced than others, all right? But that's the topic for another video. Anyways, essentially what this is, okay, is like a phantom limb, okay? It's essentially like a limb or an extension on your energetic body that you can utilize, again, to amplify your intention. Okay, so again, the work of Don Juan, who's the shaman, the medicine man from the Toltec lineage, he also popularized the assemblage point. Okay, and essentially what this is like the connection point for your aura, or as he called it, the luminous cocoon. All right, so essentially it's like the center point of your aura field. Okay, and he talks about, you know, the crossing or the intersection of the two. So the assemblage point and the braid kind of connect in the similar position, right? And it connects right between your shoulder blades. Okay, again, this is non-physical. This is an extension of your energetic body, obviously. Okay, so if you're new to energy work, this is going to take some time to understand and to use. And I want to remind you guys that we're multidimensional beings. Okay? I know everyone is at a different place in their consciousness, and again, I'm younger, so I'm introducing this topic to different people. So again, we're multidimensional beings. Every night when you go to sleep, you leave your body. Okay, so this is not out of this world to understand. All right, so essentially, this phantom limb is activated with attention. Okay, where attention goes, energy flows. So essentially, it sits flush to your body when it's deactivated. Okay, just like this, just like a ponytail, right? But then as soon as it's activated through your attention and your intention to use it, then it comes up, right? And it sticks out. Okay? And this will feel different for everyone. Okay, that's what I want you to understand. Like, it's a very personalized experience, right? And you'll feel a different sensation, right, than I would feel. When I put my focused attention on that area, pretty much what I feel is like a tingling sensation, right? And it almost feels like it connects like right at my brainstem, like right here, right? And then it sticks outwards. Okay? So very interesting. All right, and if you never, been into to knowledge like this, you're probably like, what are you talking about? All right, but yeah. So if you haven't already paused the video and tried to place your attention behind your shoulder blades, I actually recommend that you do that. All right, and just try to feel it out, okay? And you have to practice it just like you would in the gym. All right, like if you played a sport, right? And say, baseball, for example. If you're trying to still learn your swing, right? If you're playing basketball and you're still trying to get your form down for your three-pointer, it doesn't just come instantly, right? You have to practice over time. You have to get used to it. Okay, it's just like driving or riding a bike, right? It takes time and it takes practice. Okay, this is essentially like an atrophied limb. Okay, this is like an atrophied energetic limb. Okay? And the idea with this is to start using it consistently. Just like I would my hands, right? Or just like I would, my legs. The idea is that we're using this consistently, right? Because in 2026, right, the energy levels are rising, right? And you're going to want to keep up with that, right? You want to use all of your energetic and your mental, your higher faculties, so then you can be at your edge, right? All right, so now you guys understand its origins, right? You guys understand a little bit about the background, right? And you understand where it is on your energetic body, right? But now I'm going to give you guys a full breakdown of how to use it, right? How to activate it step by step. I'm going to give you guys practical information and examples of when you can apply this in your everyday life, okay? And again, this is helping you to manifest, quote, and create your reality quicker. Okay, this is like an amplifier. Okay, this is like an antenna that helps you build quickly. All right, so yeah. So the first thing you would do is you need to wake up. Okay, you need to become conscious and you need to bring your attention to yourself and the reality and the present moment. Okay? Because understand, right, we might be in our day-to-day life and we're in robot mode. Right? Like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, I'm just like in flow state and I'm not even thinking, right? And my conscious awareness is not in the present moment, right? But the first step to doing this is bringing your attention to the present moment. Okay, so this is a non-negotiable. Okay, you need to be present to use this. Okay, so something that I always use, right, and I really highly recommend you guys do the same, is you say, I see myself, I see reality. Okay? And something I like to do, right, is I like to get into meditation, right? And I like to sit down when I'm doing this. And what I'll do is I'll close my eyes, I'll say, I see myself, I see reality. And then what I'll do is I'll picture my physical body like dissolving almost. Like I just like dissolve into the isness for a second. Okay? So again, I'm all that is, right? I'm a creator being, right? I'm creation itself, right? And I'm creating right now. Okay, and then notice how I bring the attention to this very moment. Okay, so that's what puts me in that creation frequency. All right, and then the second step is then to activate the plate. Okay, so again, you're bringing your attention to where it is, okay, between your shoulder blades, and then you're holding awareness there. Okay, so again, I'm in the creation state, the creation frequency. I'm dissolved, right? And I'm bringing the antenna up. Okay, I'm bringing the limb up. Okay, I'm activating it. Okay, and the key here, right, is to keep your attention on this while you start visualizing in your mind's eye. Okay, so again, the limb is activated and I'm visualizing in my mind's eye whatever I want to create. So this is typically like a 30-second to a 1-minute scene. Okay, and it can even go for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It really just depends on the circumstances and what you want to create. Right? But what you would do is you would visualize your desired experience and you would create a scene where it's already done. So for example, say you want to get a new car. The scene would be you driving the car, right? You already have the car, bro. You're playing with the key. Like, how does the key look, right? How does the car smell? How does it feel, right? You get the 5 senses engaged with it. And then the feeling is the key, right? So you feel like you already have it. Like, okay, you're in your mind's eye, you're driving the car, right? And then you're keeping your awareness and you're keeping the braid activated as you do this. So you're keeping your attention back here and you're visualizing outwards. Okay? And essentially from there, you can attach a thought form. So you can be like, damn, it feels nice to have my new car, right? Or something like that. Like you can just attach like a thought form on top of that to help amplify it. Okay? From there, you just drop it. Right? Like, okay, you just created what you wanted to create. Okay, and then you show gratitude as if it's already done. You're just like, thank you. All right, it's done. Right? And then you stay in that frequency of having. Okay, like that's how, manifestation works is, you have to stay embodied in the frequency of already having it. Okay, and then that's mirrored to the outside world. Okay, you have to have it in your internal state before it's reflected on the outside. Okay? So you can use this in so many ways. Like I'm trying to tell you guys, use your imagination with how you can use this. Like literally, this is so powerful. Okay, but I am going to give you guys some parameters because I don't want you guys to just go out here going crazy. All right, so an important thing is you want to be in a centered state where an intrusive thought won't pop up as you're visualizing. Okay, because especially if it's an intrusive thought and then you attach emotion to it and you start getting fearful, that's not what you want to create. Hopefully, right? Like that's not what we want, right? We want to create higher frequency timelines for ourselves, right? So it's important to be in a centered state, try your best, right? That's why it's important to be in an aware, awake state. That's why it's a non-negotiable, okay? Like even if an intrusive thought does pop up, just don't attach emotion to it. Like just keep your attention on what you want to create. Like say you're driving the car and like an intrusive thought pops up that you just like crash or some shit. Like just ignore that thought and just like focus. Okay, I already have the car. Like it's good. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes intrusive thoughts will pop up, but we can't control that. Can't control our minds at times. So just ignore it. Again, energy flows where attention goes. Okay. You can use this in so many ways. Like especially with low importance little things that you want to create for yourself. Like I don't even like just use your imagination, bro. Like you can use it in traffic. Like if you're driving, you can use it to like manipulate traffic. Okay, and again, this may sound like out of the ordinary, like Hunter, what are you talking about? But like just try it. So an example of when I use it is if I'm in a group setting, right, and I'm like leading for a certain situation, like this weekend I'm going to a music festival, so I know that stuff goes down in there, right? People get down, right? There's situations that happen. So I want to be on my P's and Q's when I'm navigating with people that I care about, right? So something I do is I'll visualize me like getting to a place safely, right? So like say I'm like cutting up in traffic and I'm like driving, you know, kind of erratically or whatever the case may be. I don't do that, but you guys know, right? I'll visualize, I'll activate the plate and I'll visualize me being safe. And I'll be like, safety just flows through me. Like I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. And that's the thought form that I'll attach to it. Right? And then you can use it for stuff like that. Like say you need money, right? And you need money quickly. You can visualize it and you can just visualize money coming to you. Right? And you can just affirm like money flows to me effortlessly. Right? But then you drop it and then it's already done and then you let go. Okay? So yeah, pretty much. And you can also use it when you're visualizing long-term scenes, right? Or long-term scenarios. Like say you're doing a full-on like 20-minute meditation where you're visualizing what you want to create for yourself. You can also just activate the plate to amplify outer intention, right? Because again, what it is it's connecting to universal flow. It's helping you connect to the God or the universe or outer intention that's going to help you to create what you want. All right? But you guys aren't going to get good by just watching my YouTube video, right? You guys are not just, you know, going to learn everything and then, oh, you have it. You have to go try it for yourself. When I was learning this, which I'm obsessive. Like I wanted to learn everything. Like I want to know how to do it right now. Like I want to learn everything. But like obviously it takes time, right, to learn. And all I can say is just put it into practice and see how it works for you, bro. Like it's crazy. Okay? And it's also working well for me because I'm also affirming that it works well. Okay? So food for thought. Okay, this was a full-on breakdown of the plate, aka the braid. Okay, I might make other videos on this in the future. But yeah, if you guys extracted value from this video, tap in with me, okay? There's a whole catalog of videos on this channel if you're serious about growing in this lifetime, right? You're serious about evolution. We toss around high frequency topics. All right? And yeah, appreciate you guys. Yes, sir.